Good morning, students. Today we will understand the second type of satellite, that is polar satellite. In our last video, we have understood the first kind of satellite, that was geostationary satellite. Now let us discuss the differences between both of them. So let us see this diagram to understand the differences. The first difference between both is a geostationary satellite revolves around Earth in the equatorial orbit. Equatorial orbit is the one which is the horizontal plane passing through the equator of Earth. On the other hand, the polar satellite revolves in the polar orbit of Earth. Now what is polar orbit? Polar orbit is the vertical plane passing through north and south pole, or you can say the plane which is perpendicular to equatorial horizontal plane is the polar orbit. So the first difference lies in the orbit in which these satellites revolve around the Earth. Now second difference is a geostationary satellite is always focused on one particular location of Earth. That means it always faces the same location of Earth, because the Earth's rotation and time period of geostationary satellites revolution is the same, 24 hours. So it always faces the same location of Earth. Now it is not the case with the polar satellite. Polar satellite covers almost all the locations of the Earth. Now that is possible with the help of Earth's rotation. What happens here? Earth is rotating horizontally, that means from west to east, and the polar satellite is revolving around it vertically. So the combined effect of rotation of Earth horizontally and revolution of the polar satellite vertically, that makes it possible to cover all the locations of the Earth over time. So to understand this thing, how does it happen, we will be seeing a small video clip here. Now just look at this picture. In this has been shown Earth, which is rotating horizontally on its own axis, and one polar satellite is shown that is revolving around the Earth vertically. So you can see, since Earth is rotating and this polar satellite is revolving vertically, so you can see that this polar satellite is not looking all the time at the same location of the Earth. It is covering all the locations of the Earth. So full coverage of the Earth is provided with the revolutions of the polar satellite. So whenever we have to cover the whole Earth, so that satellite which is needed here, that is polar satellite. So you must have understood that as the Earth rotates about its axis, a polar satellite successively passes across many different parts of Earth's surface. Thus, eventually it scans the entire surface of Earth during its motion, which was not possible with the geostationary satellite. So, second difference we have discussed. Now the third difference is related to the height where these satellites are established. A geostationary satellite, as we have discussed before, it is always established at a very good height, that is approximately 36,000 kilometers. But the polar satellite is established very close to Earth. So around 500 to 800 kilometer height is given to the polar satellite, so that it is very close to Earth, so that it can closely inspect the data. It can closely observe the Earth's surface and scan the data available. So this way it can record the temperatures also, it can predict the movements of winds also for forecasting of weather it can be used. So this way the polar satellite is needed to be established very close to Earth. So these are the three differences between the geostationary and polar satellite. Let us conclude the differences here. First difference is the orbit. Geostationary satellite revolves in the equatorial orbit, but a polar satellite revolves in the polar orbit of Earth. Second difference is geostationary satellite always faces the same location of Earth, but polar satellite is not focused on the same location, but it covers all the locations of the Earth. Third difference is the height. Geostationary satellite is at a very good height from Earth's surface, approximately 36,000 km, but the polar satellite is very close to Earth, and because it is very close to Earth, so its one revolution time will also be very small. So it will be helpful for us. We can have multiple revolutions of polar satellites in a small time. So these are the differences between both of the satellites, and because the polar satellite closely inspects the Earth's surface or wind's movement, so that's why polar satellite is also called monitoring or weather satellite. So after understanding the idea about the polar satellite, now we can list down the uses of polar satellites. So here are the uses of the polar satellite. So polar satellites are used in weather and environment monitoring, and they provide more reliable information than geostationary satellites because their orbits are close to Earth. In the same manner, these can also be used as spying work for military purposes. One important point is given here, that is, British polar satellite first detected hole in the ozone layer. And in the same manner, about Moon, Venus and Mars also, the study of topography of Moon, Venus and Mars is done by polar satellites. So depending upon the uses, the heights, time periods, the polar satellites can serve many purposes. So that's why these are very, very important. And the foremost important use of the polar satellite is that it gives the excellent coverage of Earth.